The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan.
It's us! A for a sec.
Shall we play a game?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nude Clan, the video game podcast with an ever-changing lineup of hosts, bringing you an ever-changing lineup of shit. I am the one, the rock, the pinnacle that brings it all together. Not really, but I have been here. I have been here every episode, which is... Some people say it's easy because it's in your house. I think that's cheap. I think that's unfair, but... People have been here when I wasn't here, okay, to do other shows.
You know what? To give you credit, even during the Rona, you've been here at your house recording.
It's true, and this is where the magic happens. I am your host, Caleb Schweiss.
I'm Zach.
I'm your host from the East Coast, A4.
Wow, you sound like a lame rapper.
A4. No, and today, guys, we are doing a review of... What is it, Mario fucking...
Super Mario 3D World. Yeah,
3D World,
review.
yeah.
Some would say the whole reason this podcast exists.
Some would say those people aren't here anymore, though, so... Some would say perhaps they're wrong.
Dude, I feel like what happened to the show was like a shitty Thanos snap, because half of us are gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was...
That's true. That's fair, yeah. There was a chance that all of us died.
Yeah.
And there's also a chance that
I'll be dead. This might just be purgatory.
There is that chance. There's also the chance that I did get shot in the head by Caleb Craig nigh on a decade ago, and this is all my personal
Caleb
hell.
Craig was like,
No! Fucking glitch!
Exactly.
But from the ashes.
Yeah.
Schweiss, me, Rose again. We grabbed A4 and we found Joe in whatever gay purgatory he was in.
Yeah.
And we brought him with us.
Guys,
he
you gotta
was just
try.
in gay purgatory. Like, there was a sign and everything.
It was like flashing.
Yeah. Guess this is for me.
Gay purgatory, and it says below it 2 drink minimum.
Time to hit the... It's the purgatory for people who light candles when they masturbate and take a bath.
Yeah. That is a special kind of hell. So, guys, this is exciting. I mean, I love game reviews so much that I just don't do them myself. But I love listening to you guys talk about it.
It's always nice, I guess kind of spoiler for the review, it's nice to review a game you like.
Yeah.
It's not like Pimp My Ride, where I was just like, it's over.
Whoa. Did you... Oh, shit, what is that phrase? Something to beat. What is it? It's like when you when you hang out next to the cars, it like slowly goes. What is that called?
Ghost Ride the Whip.
Ghost
Ride the Whip. Yeah, did you not Ghost Ride the Whip?
You have to.
No, I mean in this game.
Oh, in this game, Mario doesn't because he's Italian and he has some class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, never mind. I'll curb what I was about to say." What I was gonna say is he not a member of the underclass where he lives? But that would be racist, so I'm not going to say that.
I believe that Mario is, though, but, like, because they don't know that he's, like, a hero. They don't know that he travels to the Mushroom Kingdom.
Oh, that's fair.
Dude, I always you saying that, it just makes me think about the Robot Chicken with Super Mario in it, where it's, like, they get transported to GTA.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I'll suck your
Which
dick for
that
$1.
in
He taking a
itself reminds me of
coin.
The Flash Gets thing where Kratos is in Mario. Kratos.
Oh shit, dude, it's a Kratos. Fuck you, Kratos. I love that video. It's so freaking funny.
Yeah, that one's good.
It's so good. So good. But no, Kratos is not the villain of Super Mario 3D World, and I'll give any listener 3 chances to guess who the fucking villain is. Because it never changes. It's always the same.
That is very true. Always.
Bowser.
No, it changes sometimes. It depends
Shut
on
up,
the
A4.
game.
Alright, but like the main villain from Mario series is Bowser. Always is Bowser. He's a good villain. He's a fun villain. You know, I think he's great. I think it's great. It's like during like Zelda. Zelda's got Ganon. You see Ganon in so many different ways. You see Bowser in so many different ways most of the time. It's just what it is, man. Like every good Nintendo series has their main villain that perseveres through time.
And their main guy.
Exactly.
main.
And like, I mean, it doesn't change, and it's not a bad thing. It's 100% not a bad thing.
Yeah. That's fair. Does it ever feel like okay, so with the Mario universe, just really kind of a side tangent here, does it ever feel odd as if like are they connected, are they not connected? I mean, is it just like a sitcom kind of series, you know,
Right.
where it's like
It feels like a sitcom, yeah, because there's such a wide variety of new areas and levels that you travel to, especially in a game like this compared to like Mario 64, Mario Odyssey, or even Sunshine. They'll bring some stuff back, like especially in the GameCube era. There was a lot of Mario Sunshine imagery in some of the spin-off games like Mario Kart Double Dash.
okay.
But
So they'll
it really
thematically
does kind of feel like a sitcom where it's like, you know what the Simpsons house looks like on the inside, but the layout might not always be like kind of like, you know, the same. I mean, it's hard to describe. Like the layout's the same in the house, but you don't really know what it is because you don't see enough of it. Where it's like, I know I'm in a Mario game. There's mushrooms. There's pipes. There's question blocks. You know, it's all window dressing.
I view it as a reboot every single time.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, and like the thing is, like
Legend of Zelda or
there's
Final
well, I mean,
Fantasy?
Legend of Zelda and Final Fantasy aren't reboots. They're just different
No,
stories in the
FF
universe.
is definitely not a reboot.
I mean, like
no.
you look at Legend of Zelda, and like there is
Yeah.
definitive timelines for it. They're just in the in the future of each other. Where Mario, I don't know if there. I've never looked, so I couldn't tell you if there is a definitive enough timeline to Mario.
Isn't
I've seen really dumb internet timelines for the Mario series, which
Oh.
I
Yeah.
think the first thing on one of them is like Merlin the Wizard creates worlds, and it's in like 14,000 BC or something.
All right, well that's retarded.
Now we're getting
I don't
into
remember
fan
where I
fiction
saw that, but it was
Yeah.
really dumb.
territory.
And this isn't sexy swinging yet.
isn't the fucking Zelda? It's like there's a break where the meteor actually hits the moon, lands on the planet or something like that. In
Majora's Mask.
Majora's
No, I
Mask.
think the break
And it
is
splits.
the break is Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, it's Ocarina of Time.
There's if you die-
the future where Link loses. There's the future where Link wins and he gets sent back to being a child, and there's also the future where Link wins
And he stays an adult.
the adult world continues.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the break.
Yeah,
Okay, I always thought it was the moon thing.
Well, so that's a part of that's the first game in that when you get sent back as a child, isn't it? Is Majora's Mask?
yeah, because then it's like
Oh,
a direct
okay.
sequel to Ocarina of Time.
Which one's a better game? Because
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina Majora's
Ocarina of
ain't
Time's a
even.
better game. Majora's Mask is like the hipster pick. It's the same thing as like Final Fantasy IX. It's what people who think they're cool.
Oh,
pick to be
don't
like, "Look, I
compare
like the
those
weird
two.
one."
Come on.
Well, I mean, like
Nine's actually a good game.
it's-
Majora's Mask is a stupid bullshit
it's
time
the,
gimmick.
Well, I mean, it's the same. It's the okay, Craig. It's the
Yeah,
it's the fans. Like it's the fans he's talking about, really.
Yeah, my favorite Zelda game is Majora's Mask. My favorite Final Fantasy is 9, and I listen to Neutral Milk Hotel. Yes, I am.
I haven't
like,
tied
a
FF9 into
distinguished
hipsters,
person.
though. I've tied like 8 and 13 into hipsters.
I think 9 is a hipster choice too.
Okay.
It is.
It's a good game, but it's not.
It's a good game. Yeah,
that
don't get me
good.
wrong. I
And
think
then
that
people
game's
that are
good.
like, I think 9 has the best battle system. I'm
No.
like,
Fucking Christ.
I mean, if you consider the like getting items and using the items to then gain abilities, that's not really the battle system. That's like the progression,
Yeah, it's the equipment system.
which is the best. I'll give you that.
There's
But
a unique ability thing there. Yeah, but
honestly, though, Tactics one is better too.
oh yeah,
It's like the same thing, just less specific. It's whatever you want it.
yeah. You're given everyone more of a.
But yeah, no, 9 is the hipster pick. I agree with you for it is. It's not like the hipster pick like it's a bad game, but it's like the hipster like it's just good enough that you can't fight it.
A bad game is like, 8 is my favorite game. You're actually all wrong about this.
Yeah. Yeah, 9 is like the one where like you don't really want to fight it even though you know it's wrong because it's still a good game. But you're like, it's not that good. It's we're talking top 4.
I enjoyed my time
3,
with Final Fantasy 9, don't get me wrong, but I don't know anyone who if I hear someone say that's their favorite Final Fantasy, I assume that they sleep with a tube hooked up to their nose connected to their asshole.
Or they're newer to the series and they actually haven't finished the series.
Yeah. Aldwin in the chat says, I get where you're coming from. He always liked Ocarina of Time over Majora, but Majora is legitimately good.
See, I don't think Majora's Mask is bad, but with the two, Ocarina of Time is definitely better. But I mean, the trump card is, Breath of the Wild is the best Legend of Zelda game.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the only one I own. I've only beaten the first Zelda.
My list is like only 5 Zelda games beat. So.
I've only beaten The Legend of Zelda. You guys can talk all day about your little spin-offs, your bullshits. The Legend.
Hey man, if you didn't beat
Twilight.
Link's crossbow training with the Wii Zapper, then you're not a real.
You can't speak.
Talk to me, bro.
Don't even speak at all.
I'm excited because there's some games I just never really got into as a kid. Legend of Zelda was one of them. Metal Gear Solid was one of them. Resident Evil was one of them. And now, as an adult, I have money to get to go back and do that.
Yeah.
So, it's been great going through Zelda, going through Resi. I'm gonna start Metal Gear. I got it on my PC. So,
you know what's a series that you never got into that you could definitely start now?
Your mom?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Cuckhog. No! Stop it! This is the war I hear with A4.
Sonic.
All the time.
Such a classic, but man, actually trying to beat that first game is fucking hard. It's not a friendly game. I was very mad.
Not a fun game.
It's kind of fun. I don't know. It's all right for what it is, but it's just
Sonic 2 blows it out of the water.
It's too brutal. I would say it's too brutal.
Sonic 2 is great. Sonic 3 is half a game, and then episode 1
Sonic 3
of
and Knuckles is
4.
a good game.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I only played 1 and 2. I remember 2 as a kid. I think because there's stuff I remember about Sonic games that I didn't play when I played 1, and so I assume that's 2.
Right.
I might be wrong. I don't know.
Fucking Casino.
Yes, I remember Casino. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what game I really want to get my hands on? The Rayman game on PS1. Wasn't it the PS1? Oh, you have it?
Yep.
That game
game's
is
fucking hard.
I remember that as a kid, and I was like, Jesus Christ, that cloud level? What the fuck?
Oh, and that's barely even a third of the way through
I
the
know.
game. I
It's
can't
fucking-
even get past the Crab Shack. It's like
It's-
one of the games I've yet to ever beat in my life. Between that and Ninja Gaiden Black, those are like the 2 games I've ever quit.
Yeah. It's fucking hard, man. And I was only a kid, so I just thought I was shitty at it. But
No.
as the years have gone on, the more people I've mentioned it to, the more I've realized I don't know anyone who's beaten that game.
Be the
And even
first.
Jacob. Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
a weird
it's
thing
fucked
about
up,
the
too,
grip
'cause to actually
mechanics.
finish that game and get the good ending, you have to get all the Electoons.
Yeah,
Oh,
all the cages in every single.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Fuck. And
It's-
fucking survive.
Yes,
God.
and some of them are hidden in bullshit locations with a lot of dumb trial and error platforming horse shit. It's not a nice game.
When you're trying to do the hook rings with the fist.
Yeah.
Well, we're not here to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog
Or fisting.
yet.
Damn
I'm here to talk about Sonic
After
the Hedgehog,
Dark is
but,
next.
I mean,
A4's like, I'm here to talk about Sonic the Hedgehog and fisting.
That's what I would. That's what I would expect from a fan
it
of that.
connects to Amy.
Or Rouge the Bat, because she's fisting you. No, so we are here to review Mario 3D World, the port from Nintendo 64. Do you want to bring up a
Super
trailer?
Mario 3D World is a 2021 port of a 2013 Wii U game developed and published by Nintendo. It is a 3D platformer in the Mario series and is a pseudo-console sequel to Super Mario 3D Land on the Nintendo 3DS.
Very nice.
Wii U New Plus.
No, it's a new game. The difference between Mario 3D Land and 3D World, honestly, the 3D part of the title in this kind of doesn't apply because it was only called Super Mario 3D Land on the 3DS because it had the stereoscopic 3D effect.
Yeah, no.
I mean, I guess you could say it's 3D because it's a level-based linear Mario game, but it's not like a 2D platformer like the new Super Mario Brothers games were on DS and Wii. It's like you're running around in
that'd be the
3D
official
levels,
trailer.
but it's not open like the levels in, say, Mario 64 or Odyssey. They're a lot more
Right.
linear, and it's
Yeah.
you're just going to the end of the level, jumping on a flagpole to get to the end.
Right.
Yeah.
We do have the trailer queued up in just a second.
Yeah, so I think it's funny how Nintendo is like trying to just pretend like Wii U never happened, and they're just like redoing all of the Wii U stuff.
Now, to be fair, if I had a console that sold that fucking badly and it was immediately superseded by another console that sold extremely well, I'd be like, yeah, we should probably just port all these fucking games over.
So that people actually play them.
Yeah.
Well, because they're good games. There's a lot of good games on Wii U. It's just no one had the fucking thing.
Yeah, I
So
just
it's
feel bad, like, 'cause,
port
like,
over.
Stuff like Bayonetta and like all of those, like they were just there, and then they
Yeah.
had awful ports elsewhere. And I heard that the Wii U Bayonetta was actually the good one, and or the PlayStation. I think PlayStation 3's just sucked. is
Yeah,
what I
it
remember.
does.
The PS3 version of Bayonetta was bad, but the Wii U port was good. And then, of course, Nintendo published Bayonetta 2, so it was a Nintendo exclusive.
Yeah, and then
Goddamn right.
when I bought 2, it came with a download of 1, so I played 1 and 2 on the Switch, and it was great. It played fucking amazingly. So I guess I do get it. I get why they're doing it, but it's just funny that they fucking double dipped with Zelda because they like it was going to be the console's big deal for Wii U, and didn't they put Wii U? They put Breath of the Wild on both, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had it on Wii U when it came out.
Yeah, that's what it was. And then they were like, a launch game for the Switch was this other game that already came out on the other one that was supposed to be one of the launch games for the Wii U. And I'm like, wow. And then it did really well. And I'm like,
so long to develop.
this is
And
what
I don't
hap-
blame them for taking that long to develop a game like that. And
yeah.
again, I said it last review, but that's the best possible launch title the Switch could have asked for. So that 110% makes sense.
Didn't they sell
But-
more copies of that than they had Switches too? Because of the shortage in the beginning?
Yeah, at some point.
Yeah, I think it was like the Zelda game was like overselling the console.
It was, yeah. But that's what happens with every single Zelda game that's in development. They end up taking so long that it ends up near the tail end of a life console, and so they just put it on their previous one and the next one after that.
And it kind of
the
makes
same thing would have happened with Majora's Mask, but they were smart on that one and just cut it off and just not wanted to put it onto the GameCube.
yeah.
Yeah, Twilight Princess was on GameCube at launch, but it also launched with the Wii. I mean, the GameCube version of that game is actually the harder one to find.
yeah.
And then in a similar vein, Skyward Sword came out at the tail end of the Wii's lifespan to the point where they're now porting that to the Switch as well. So
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. It almost seems like they need more than one per console life, though.
Right.
And like, because like if you think about Final Fantasy, you think Final Fantasy X, and then you had Final Fantasy 11, and then 12 was the tail end one. And the tail end one is awesome because they get to like they really know the console and they know how to make it look better than it actually does.
same with 7, 8, and 9, really.
Exactly. Yeah, and like
7 to 9, yeah.
it's crazy different. And you know, you look at 12; it has less polygons per character model, but they look a million times better than 10. Like everything looks really, really good, and it's because they figure out the console. They know its
Right.
body. They know all of every supple inch of the PlayStation
Nook
2.
and cranny.
Yeah, every nook and cranny has been explored by their penis and their mouth, so they know
Yeah,
on
fingers.
all, and their fingers. Yeah, every digit,
Every hair follicle.
everything is known. You know it all. You know it all, and then
So you might as well double dip and put
You-
on the next console.
you almost might as well, yeah. But at the same time, it seems kind of cheap because you're like, well, I mean, what's the point of getting a Wii U now? Like, it almost buries it completely. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I'm pretty sure those who want the Wii U have the Wii U.
that's fair, yeah. But like when I think about like PS3 and stuff like that, it's hard to not rank it higher because of all the ports of great PS2 games it got. But it's also
Right.
like, well, why should we bump the 3 up in the ranking because it took the greatness from the 2? It's almost like, well, there almost blurs the line between the generations to a point
Right.
where the newest one is just the best one.
Right, and that's fair. I think one of the biggest things for me with most ports, and it's a huge Nintendo problem, is they still charge you full price
Yeah, yeah.
for a port.
It's-
It's yeah.
technically, you could say that Breath of the Wild, you could probably say is a port. I just paid $60 for it. It's
Yeah.
3.5.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, It's still, it's old as fuck too, and I mean, it's still amazing. Listen to our review if you haven't yet, but it's still $60, man. And the same thing with Pokemon. Pokemon just goes up.
Yeah.
That's what happens because they end up discontinuing games. And they just...
This is why I don't constantly shit on Nintendo, but I don't buy a lot of Nintendo products.
Yeah.
They're not willing to bargain on that.
Yeah. Yeah, you get games for a pretty good price. So that's definitely not a Nintendo thing.
Nope.
If you want to be a Nintendo boy, you got to be willing
out.
to drop the dough, man.
Sell out.
Let's check out this trailer though.
Let's go!
So long, gay Bowser.
Oh shit, this might just be the Fury trailer.
Yeah. It's the second trailer they released.
Oh, this is for Bowser's Fury.
Did you guys not even play this?
A little bit. It's a whole new part of the game.
Yeah, well.
This
I
is
like what I'm seeing though.
it's sick though. Yeah, it's fun.
They essentially took Mario 3D World's like controls and kind of the way the levels are laid out, but then opened it up.
This isn't how Super Mario 3D plays though. Just so we're on the same page. Bowser looks dope in this.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah. Super Saiyan 1 Mario. Okay, so that's not the game we play.
Yeah. I love how you had me select that as the trailer.
Well, it said Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury.
Well, it's not just going to show itself as Bowser's Fury because the product you're selling is with 3D Worlds.
Exactly.
So that's how Nintendo's gonna-
So yeah, that's still
So
a good
that's
trailer,
not the game we're reviewing,
but it was cool.
It honestly looks like the end of God of War 1, where like he just gets the Pandora's box and then he becomes huge. Yeah. I love how first time he opens Pandora's box, not a big deal. Second time the whole world gets killed, but yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
God of War canons.
Well, it's probably I'm guessing it's because like Zeus like fucked it over too. Like he hit some shit.
Yeah, but no Zeus in this game. Tell us about it.
All right, so I have a little synopsis. So yeah, story wise for Super Mario.
There's a
3D
story?
World. There is always a story.
There's a story.
The
kind
game
of.
follows Mario and friends attempting to rescue fairy-like creatures called the Sprixies from Bowser, who invades the
Is
realm.
he trying to fuck him like he is his wife, or?
Yeah, he
Oh,
is.
wow.
No, who invades the realm known as the Sprixie Kingdom. So yeah, that's basically the thing. You get there, and Bowser being he, kidnaps all these fairies, and what it is like each like time you get to like almost like an end of a world, like you have a castle you go through, like like the original Mario games,
Of course.
and you're saving the Sprixies. And so you can play up to 4-player on this game, and it's Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad. Me and If never played co-op with each other.
I offered, yeah, but
Yeah, you offered, but I hadn't beat the game yet, so I wasn't going to do it.
yeah, and all the characters do have their own individual like. They all feel a little different, but I guess that's more of a gameplay thing. It's not really a story.
Yeah,
but
so
it's one of the rare fucking Mario games I can think of where Princess Peach isn't like, "Hey, we got to go save Peach." It's like, "No, we got to go save these little fat fairy things."
yeah. So I mean, as far as story goes, it's cut and dry. You know what you're doing. You know who you're fighting.
Oh,
what
he's
the
a chubby
problem is.
chaser this time, though. It sounds like
No,
the
they're
fat
little.
little fairy.
They're little, dude.
Oh,
They're like
okay.
little fairies. Like compared to him, he's huge. Bowser's pretty big on this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
his cock's huge. I mean,
He puts them in cum jars.
He just built.
He does
different.
put them in jars. He's built different. He does put them in jars. You have to So I mean, story. That's it, man. There's nothing. There's nothing else to the story.
Yeah,
in this.
it's a Mario game. Go rescue Thing. Get to end of level. Kill Bowser.
You know what? Story. I'm gonna give it. I want to say 6, but I'm gonna give it a 7. It's a Mario game. It is. You know what you're getting. There's nothing wrong with it. It's still enjoyable, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, I mean that's
You
it's
don't
one of
have
the-
to have a story in video games.
Yeah, it's
all
one of
about
those
graphics.
things.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just yeah,
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like it's not usually it's not bad, but like you say, there's you take into account that you do get what what you're getting into.
Yeah, you know it. Like, and again, not a bad thing. Just same.
Yeah, and Nintendo knows it's not a bad thing too, because
Well, I mean, to be fair, this is a children's
going.
game. 100%, it's geared towards children. It's and it sounds kind of dick, but whatever. Like it is. It's a kids game.
here we are, grown men playing a kid.
Yeah, I was a grown man getting my ass kicked by a kids game. It's kind of embarrassing, but
Yeah.
Oh, if you think you were getting your ass kicked by a kid's game now, wait till you get to the extra levels once you beat the fucking game, Zach.
yeah, okay. I'm playing Bowser's Fury now, so
All those new no, not even Bowser's Fury. You, in the original Mario 3D World, when you beat the game, you unlock like a bunch of extra worlds, and all the levels in those are like way the.
but the
fuck
fairies are saved, so, I
So
don't
it's
care,
similar to like the Star Road shit in Super Mario World.
Did you see the cutscene at the end of the credits where the fairies are all gathered around that like sand pile at the beginning of World 1? Mm-hmm. If you go and check them out, they will turn it into a rocket ship, and you can go to World Star. And if you beat a few levels there, you unlock Rosalina.
Ooh, all right, I'm gonna have to play. Rosalina can get it. Ooh,
Yeah, for real.
Rosalina.
Yeah, I'm giving story like I don't know a 3 because it's like,
Well, fuck, I was way too nice.
3, damn.
I mean, like, but again, like, and I think me and A4 are in the same thing where it's like we didn't like not like it. It's just the same thing.
the story barely exists. It's not really there for it.
Yeah, this game is
I will give it
platforming.
Not
I
everything
I
is
gave
to
it
be
those
some
few points
narrative
because the
driven.
last level has like an extremely epic ending
Fuck.
that like a Mario game doesn't need to have a
Dude.
like an ending that epic, but it does.
The last like level like boss fight for Bowser is it's stupidly epic. It has no right to be as good as it is.
Wow.
I guess spoilers for a game that's almost a decade old, but you're basically climbing up this giant skyscraper in order to get to like the top, and he starts using the cat power up for the first time. So he's like climbing on the walls like you can, and then as you go up further, he starts using the double cherry power up, which like lets him clone himself. So you're just being attacked at all sides by like multiple cat Bowsers, and then you're going to the top of the building, and he's standing on top of a giant POW block, and there's lightning everywhere, and everyone's
Yeah.
shooting fireballs at you.
So it's a nostalgic trip. It's utilizing all the old power-up abilities in the last Hoorah.
No, so he only gets the
No,
2,
those are
but
new.
all the power abilities are available to you as you're going through.
Okay.
No, dude, it's just 6. It's like rain and lightning and like the music. The music for the last level,
The
which
music in
hold
this
on
game
one
is
second,
amazing,
is
yeah.
pretty sick. The last level is fucking awesome. It crescendos
It's a good
so
send
well.
off for a platformer game, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, I agree.
That's a weird statement, but I'll believe it. It's a weird send off for a platformer.
Well, it's better than just being like, "Oh, I touched the top of the flagpole and now the game is over," or Princess
Yeah.
Peach gives you a kiss because you killed Bowser.
And that's all you get, and maybe over the
And
hands
that
pants
bitch
stuff.
baked you a cake.
She doesn't even kiss the tip of your penis. That's a ripoff. You know
Mario's
it.
nose is the
I,
tip of his penis.
I saved the princess, and all I got was this cake.
It wasn't her cake though, and
Yeah,
we know
exactly.
Peach is packing.
It's like, you know what Bowser would have done to that
Browser.
puss?
Do you know what Google Browser would have done?
Yeah, you know what Browser would have done
Well,
to that
she's
pussy?
been baking nothing but cake
I don't know.
for
I've seen what
Bowser for
does
years.
that. It's on Rule 34 art. So,
Somehow
I mean,
Bowser Jr. exists.
Bowser's probably like a wonderful lover. That's the thing. Mario's like
The spikes.
Mario's like abusive, and
No, haven't you seen like there's a whole thing where it's like Bowser and Mario and Peach are in like a polyamorous relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, it pisses me off.
Yeah.
You're putting
I
way
mean,
too
she
much
rejects
merit
both
into
of
this.
them at the end of
So
Mario
bizarre.
Odyssey.
Yeah.
Listen, I've always been a Wario guy myself, probably because I look kind of like him. But.
Waluigi is the pinnacle of sex. I don't care what anyone fucking says.
Puss.
Fuck. Well, I don't know how you feel about the story. How does this game play? Does it play like a Mario game?
Yeah,
really
it does
Describe
actually.
it.
If you played Mario, man, you've played them all for the most part. It's platforming. I like platformers a lot. So I was excited to play this. You know, you jump from platform to platform.
Oh, nice.
Shut up.
Wait, do platforms sometimes move towards other platforms?
They
and you
do.
Instead of jumping, you merely step off onto the new one?
Exactly.
Oh.
And sometimes things are invisible.
Sometimes
and
you get
can't
on a
see.
platform and you have to touch the screen to make the platform go up or down.
Oh my
Yeah, you
God,
fucking
wow.
do.
The touch
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Kicks
Thankfully,
too?
they implemented
It's R on the
controls in this
Switch.
where you don't have to be
Yeah.
playing with the touchscreen. Since it's a Wii U port, you can just press like the R button on the controller
Yeah.
and it brings up like a little pointer, and then you can just use that to tap the screen instead of like if you're playing it in TV mode.
Yeah.
Otherwise, on the Wii U, you would just press it on the gamepad.
My biggest complaint with this game is the fucking camera angles. The camera angles fucked me quite a few times, and even in the last level, it punished me for being too good at the game. Because I would get ahead of where they wanted me to be, and like I would just fall. Like I would be off
The
camera,
last level's like an auto scroller.
and then I would
It's going,
fall.
like up the building.
And that's so I
So if
said
you go too
fuck
high,
a
I guess
lot.
You can die.
I was pretty pissed last night because I was like, no, don't punish me for being too good at the game.
Man, I get that. I feel that way all the time. I know what you mean.
I just hate it. I don't understand. Like, what's the point of fucking me over because I'm faster than your stupid camera?
Yeah, that's a weird mechanic.
Like, I can understand if
extend.
I was at the bottom and it killed me and I'm like, I wasn't fast enough, but I'm too fast. I ascended too fast and it was like,
You
fuck
peaked
that, dude.
early.
I did, yeah. I was too man for that fucking game and they were like, nah, fuck him.
Man,
He
we
needs
were-
less testosterone.
Speaking of peaking too early, we were just talking about like working out in high school.
That's true. We were.
Zach, that really digs deep for Zach.
It does, it hurts a
My
little
God,
bit.
you're right. Like, super early.
Son of a fuck. Yeah, so.
Although, I mean, if you live less long, then it won't be that early.
Jesus Christ.
Could be midlife peak. Who knows?
God, dude.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
you,
God.
you got 2 months to live, boy.
I got
Live it up.
God, Jesus. Well, I quit the podcast.
Yeah. I have to quit because I got to go live. I got to go sleep
I gotta
with
go. I gotta go
hookers
thrive.
yeah, I got to go thrive.
But yeah, shit. There's not really much to say. I don't think, just because it's the same, man. It's a platform. You play Mario, you play platform, you know what you're playing.
yeah.
There is some nuance. It's missing a few of the moves that you'd see in like some of the other Mario games. Like in this one, you can't do the backwards flip by like ducking and then jumping.
Oh yeah.
You can do the long jump, which is nice. You can do like a side flip by like running and then quickly snapping the control stick in the opposite direction and jumping.
Wall kicks?
And you can do like wall kicks and stuff.
Okay.
But there are like a few moves that are just missing. Like Mario can't punch like he can in Mario 64. But I mean, it's pretty stock standard Mario stuff. Like most of the time, you're just going to be running and jumping on enemies unless you have a power up.
Right, and I do like that they've utilized all the power ups in this. So like you get like your fire suit, you get the little raccoon suit, so you can fly.
Yeah, you get the Tanuki suit. The new
Yeah.
power up in this one is the
cat.
Super Bell, which turns you into Cat Mario, which allows
And you can
to
climb.
do a swipe attack on the ground. You can climb up
Mm-hmm.
walls for a little bit. And if you have one at the flagpole, it's basically guaranteed getting to the top
Yeah.
of the flagpole because Mario will climb all the way up.
One of the other power ups is the boomerang, so you get like the turtle shell and like the helmet, and it helps you get some of the stars. So part of the gameplay, which our dearly departed Craig hated.
Yeah, not dead, just not here.
Yeah, sorry,
just
not
dead to
dead.
us, but not dead to existence.
Yeah, sorry, I should have explained that. You have to get stars to access like the castles and stuff, and some of the boss fights, because there's like boss fights hidden throughout, and certain areas that are hidden throughout. So like if you do like one of like the statues, like you go there and you're like, oh, here's like 50 stars. I have 50 stars. That'll break and it'll give you a castle to fight a boss, and then that in turn will give you an extra little route, and you can like do either like there's like these little levels where you play as Toad, and you move around the map. And you get like 5 stars, and you have to like try not to die.
Okay.
Or you
The
can get
Captain
into like
Toad levels are like puzzle levels where
Yeah.
you can't jump.
yeah, he can't jump, but so you have to like
They
guide him
spun that
through.
off into its own game on Wii U, which also got ported to Switch.
Oh,
Jesus. All right.
So Captain Toad is good. It's a good game. But yeah.
It's like a spin-off, though.
yeah.
Sounds like.
Yeah. No, I mean, like it's different because again, it's like slower paced, more puzzle oriented. You can't jump.
Yeah.
So the castles at the end of each stage area remind me of Super Mario Bros. 3. When you get done
Okay.
with each world,
Yeah.
and you go to the end, and there's the boss fight inside of the castles.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
The map screen is very reminiscent of Super
Yeah.
Mario Brothers 3.
Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
'Cause
rad.
you get like toad houses and stuff too occasionally.
Yeah, that's one of the things too. If you beat something, you do get toad houses, and you can get like power ups and shit, which is great. One of the things like gameplay wise I didn't like was like 3 of the fights with Bowser is him in his car, and it's you running down a path, and he's either spitting fire at you or throwing bombs that you like kick back at him. And it was fun. I enjoyed it, but I would have liked if that was the first one and they branched off into 2 different things. I don't want to fight the same boss fight every time.
Yeah, I can see that.
They
Yeah,
do
you fight that boss a lot.
yeah, and then they reuse bosses. Like, so you fight a few bosses in the beginning, like what was it, like a snake boss and like the little like pink Bowser chick with the ninja star and stuff, and then you beat them, and then when you get later in the thing to the last world, which is like Bowser's castle, you fight them again. It's like, oh, so and so's returned, and it's like, so you gotta some a little
They do
different.
recycle some of the bosses. Although
Some
I do-
they recycled every single one.
I do have to say though, I like a lot of the designs of the bosses.
No, and
There's
that's-
that one where it's like a square that's got spikes on it, and then like 1/4 of that is like a little dude with hands
Oh, yeah,
that's moving around the thing, and then like it'll show you where he's gonna land,
Mm-hmm.
and then like you have to move out of the way and then jump on his back.
Thank God you only to fight him.
I like
once, though.
Histocrat. I
That was
think that's a
hard.
cool design for a boss.
Histocrat. Well, that's what I was thinking of too. Sorry, thank you for that because I couldn't remember the name. And yeah, it was, but fighting him twice is kind of overkill. I feel like no
No, I
matter how good
agree.
the designs are, it's
I agree, but
you're
that's just
recycling.
kind of. I don't know.
And again, I say
The
this
game
with
does
all the love in my heart
feel a
that it
little
is a
cheap
children's
in that
game.
sense that they reuse a lot of stuff, but I think it's just because there's so much post game content that like
Right.
I can kind of forgive it.
And that's fair. I don't know. I didn't like fighting Bowser the same way 3 times. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, the car fights are lame.
if it's
but,
been a little different, it would. I think I would have had more fun with gameplay.
Yeah,
Stars. One of our friends who won't be named, but he loves glitches. Never beat the game because he said he didn't get enough stars to beat it. And me and A4 kind of roasted him because if you don't even have to look, you can just get stars. Like the maximum stars to fight Bowser in the very last boss fight is 170. I had 171 when I went up there, and that was because I hit everything. And like I didn't find every star, but I hit all the extra shit.
I will say,
And the
I
same
got all
person
the
claims
stars
that he
by the
beat
time I got to the
Catherine.
last Bowser fight. I think there's 240 in the game up to that point. So you're talking like close to 3/4 of the stars in the game. But when you look at something like Mario 64, where I think it's 70 stars to get to the last Bowser fight in that game out of 120, that's
it's
also
70.
almost 3/4. So it's not like there wasn't a precedent for this thing. And while I agree with Craig that getting optional items like green stars being a requirement to get through the game is kind of lame, they're really not hidden that hard. Like you kind of basically just have to be asleep at the wheel to not find enough to finish the game. Especially because there's other stages that aren't the main levels that give you like way more green stars
Yeah.
than normal.
Like
There's
those Toad
Mystery
ones,
House
for
levels
instance.
occasionally that
Yeah.
like you can get up to like 10 stars from those, just, and they're really quick.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's hard to finish this game.
Yeah,
Just because you got to get a few
it's just-
like extra items.
It's just fun to take things at Craig every once in a while. Especially when we're teasing him in our group chats because he does get kind of mad. Hey, Four, what are you going to give this for gameplay?
Honestly, I'm going to give it a 9. The gameplay is really tight. It's a really solid Mario game. It's nice having an old school feeling Mario game that isn't strictly 2D like the new Super Mario Brothers games were. And I think there's a lot of really good ideas in here, like from a gameplay standpoint. Like, if there's one thing I can give credit to the Mario series for, as much as everyone knows all of the tropes from the Mario games and how everything sort of repeats, like, oh, it's, Bowser and Princess Peach and mushrooms and fire flowers and shit, like, they still find new and inventive level gimmicks to throw at you all the fucking time,
Right.
even this far into the series' like history. So
Yeah.
and this game does it in spades. There's a lot of really fun level ideas. There's one that's just themed after like the original Mario Kart, and it's just got dash pads everywhere. So you're just like running through the entire level as Mario, but you're like basically running through a Mario Kart track. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I like this game a lot. I give it a 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 7. I just wasn't really impressed with the boss fights, man. Like, the last boss fight's fucking amazing, and it's not really even a fight, but just the repetitiveness, it didn't really do it for me. Again, I would play this again 100%. Spoilers, but I want a little more variety in my $60 game.
Yeah, I get that, and I mean it's I don't know. We've had games that have really spoiled us with boss fights. Like if you look at like something along the lines of Shadow of the Colossus, and
Right.
I know that game is just boss fights, but they're all like distinct and they're all unique.
Right.
And you can have a really cool boss fight, but if you do it multiple times, it's like
Well, exactly, and it's
why
like
even have it? You
me
know?
coming off of platformers. Like last year, I beat. Oh fuck! We were just talking about it in the chat. Second, let me get my notes real quick, and I'll tell you the platform real quick.
Was it Hades? Is that a platformer?
No, Hades is a roguelike.
Yeah.
No. Is that by the guys who did?
Transistor
yeah.
and Bastion.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta find the
Supermassive.
name of this game.
So does it have stock music as well?
No, it's
Music
the music's
for free?
great. Like Blasphemous is the example I was looking for.
Oh, okay.
Blasphemous is a platformer, and like fuck, dude, it's great. All the boss
I
fights are
thought
different.
Blasphemous was a fucking roguelike.
No, Blasphemous is a Dark Souls-esque platformer.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. So it like kind of stuff like that. Like it's not hard. I mean, like in that, like the graphics are like
By the
way
way,
down
Blasphemous is
compared
free
to
on
this.
Prime Gaming this month.
It's so good. Fuck, dude, get it. Blasphemous was hella good. If you
Nice.
get it, I want to review with you because like I fucking love that game.
Hey,
But so when there's games that give you good boss fights and platformers, you know it's a thing they can do.
Yeah.
You know it's something they can do, and they didn't. And I mean, I get it. Like they're working on Bowser's Fury. I mean, they ported it, but they're still working on Bowser's Fury, which is basically a new game. And A Force, right? There is so much shit to do at the end.
well, it was like that in the Wii U version too. So I don't know what was keeping them busy back then, maybe like working on Breath
Right.
of the Wild or something. But yeah, like the bosses are repetitive in this. But I'm going to be honest, I didn't even really notice. And maybe that's because I've played a few other Mario games where like you have recurring bosses every once in a while. So I was just kind of used to it.
Yeah,
But
that's fair.
the boss designs that are in this game, I really do like.
Well, that's great. You're talking about that because now we're on game design, graphics and design.
Yeah, graphics and design. What do you guys think the game looks like? Do you like the design choice, the graphical style? What is it, and what do you guys think of it?
Well, A4, let's go on. Talk about the bosses. Let's get you.
It's hard to describe. Well, I'll talk about the art style because like it's not like it doesn't have an art style. It just looks like Mario. All the levels, like all the designs and everything feels like super artificial and plasticky. Not in a bad way. It kind of feels artificial in the way that like they just finished that Super Nintendo World section of Universal Studios Japan, and a lot of the elements from that version of the theme park are taken, I think, directly from this game. So it's artificial and plasticky in the sense that, like if you were to build these things in real life,
This is what they would look like.
it would look very much like a theme park or like
Yeah,
a
I would agree.
playground or something.
I think this means we have to have a
So-
Nude Clan trip to the Mario Land in Japan when they make it like the.
Well, they're going to
Nintendo
build
ones.
one in Florida eventually. They're building a whole other theme park called Universal's Epic Universe. No fucking clue when that's going to get built
That's
because
sick
of
as
the
shit.
Rona, but that's where they plan to put the Nintendo Land. So that'll be neat when that happens.
So if you had a 3D printer at home, this is how they would be printed off.
What?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good.
Yeah,
like it's
you know
not
what?
bad.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
great. It looks
that's not
great.
a bad way to describe it at all.
It's polished. It's
Polished is a good way to describe it.
It's very polished. Yeah, boss designs are great. I will say that it was repetitive as they were. They did look good. Bosses, like enemies looked great. Worlds looked great. Each world was a bit different. I was really impressed with Bowser though. Like they went through and like to the scales and like he looked great. Like just good, man.
Best shape of his life.
Yeah,
Nice.
I would say
He didn't peak early. He peaked late.
Yeah, he peaked late. Yeah,
Okay,
he was
good.
a little fatty in
I'm
high
peeking
school.
right now.
YouTube. man.
I would give graphics and design a 9. I really liked it. I did. I like the art style. And Bowser just impressed me all over. Like this way he looked.
Yeah, I give it an 8. It's very safe. It's very Mario, but it is Mario like through and through. And I don't know, man. Like this is gonna sound really weird, but just some of the fucking textures they use, like for certain certain things. Like Zach, I don't know if you remember the level like near the end where it's like a pink and blue block in lava that like turns and you have to jump around
Yep.
it as it's like going through.
Yeah,
the
I
lava.
swore at that one a lot last night too.
And that block just looks like I want to bite into it. Like I don't know what it's made of. But I want
Glass.
to put it in my mouth. Like,
Yeah. No, it looked good. C and Peach definitely look good enough to eat. No, just kidding.
Yeah. I love eating. I love a
Cat
good
peach.
peach.
The peach fuzz.
Oh yeah, I'll do it.
there is a cat peach
mean, she's an
amiibo now, by
adult.
the way. So there's that.
Yeah, looks good. The cat version looks good too. Like the first looks pretty sweet actually when they do it. Like
Yeah.
they did a good job. They spent
love
some
a
time on
good-
the.
Well,
I love a
probably
good-
aren't amazing looking up close, but you never really see them up close because
Yeah.
the game is more like the camera's more pulled out because it's made for multiplayer. So like you never really notice.
I love a good Mario pussy costume. I'm gonna make him
They even
purr.
give like a little meow when you beat the level as a cat.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, man. So sound and music. Voice is great. Mario rarely talks, but when he does, sorry, I'm burping. It's great. Music's pretty good. It's like some soft jazz, dude.
It's like it's got this big band feel, and they actually used a real live orchestra to record all of it.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Nice.
You should look up for a little bit so we don't get copyrighted. But the the boss music for Mario 3D World for like the last boss.
All right, keep
Has
going.
it still
There.
been the same composer? Since
I was
always?
gonna look that
I
up.
think it's Koji
but
Kondo.
It might be.
There's
Kondo.
a lot of there's a lot of good variety. Like a lot, it mainly has a big band feel, but occasionally you'll get something different. Like the Ghost House theme in this one is especially good. It's got like
Yeah.
this really somber, sad, like violin melody, and then it goes into like a sad oboe or a clarinet or something. Just feels real spooky.
Right, we're gonna start fucking raving here.
So yeah, this is like the second part of like the showdown.
Nice.
It's so good. It's a little like harder.
Love how I can see the look in Schweiss's eyes where he's like, I mean, this is fine, but it's no Conan.
Yeah.
Hey, you should. If
Well,
you,
there's
you
the
can watch the
similar
last battle
Pokemon
too.
theme.
Real quick, too. Yeah. It's good though. Like the orchestras, it's always great when they do the orchestra. Like,
Yeah.
It
I like
fits really well.
I like
it's
it.
well-fitting music for the game that this is.
Exactly, and I'm always a sucker for like game, like play, like games like music in games. Like I like it when they go all out with like orchestras or like fucking Doom is always the pinnacle where they got a legit like band. And it's ripped,
Symphony.
There we
so
go.
good. God,
It's fun. It's bouncy music. It's like every level theme fits the level itself. It's basically the gold standard for like,
right?
your normal type of like video game music. But
Agreed.
all the leitmotifs that are in this game fit really well. It's just solid.
Yeah. So I would give music a 10, 100%.
All right, a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I would
Look
give
at
sound
that.
and music a. I mean, the sound effects. It's Mario. You know what the fuck you're getting into with Mario sound
Yeah.
effects. So like, I don't know if I would give it higher than like a 3 for sound, but music it's a 5 for me. So I'd give it like an 8 total.
Come on, man. You got to give it that extra 2 points for the Bowser laugh with that deep bass.
I'll give it the extra 2 points for that Ghost House theme. It's really good. I played that at my house when at Halloween last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we are now to the final category. Some would argue the most important category: replayability. How likely are you to replay this game? Would you, in a perfect world, replay it? What are the pulls that make you want to go back to the game, if any? Zach.
I would replay it. I want to play the extra stuff. There is a lot of post game content. The biggest draw for me was Bowser's Fury because I really like the design for the new Bowser because it's marketed as an add-on, but like it's its own game, so I can't really be like, it's replayability because it really is its own thing.
I was going to ask, is that hoggable, Bowser's Fury? Because
Yeah,
it's like,
if it's the same length as this game.
It plays completely
And it plays completely
differently.
different. What would you say?
Well, I mean, it plays the same. It's like the same like engine, but the way that like you progress and go through the world is completely differently set up, and it's got its own story. So I don't even know if that
Because it's not really a
Yeah.
platformer at that point. It's more of an open world sandbox.
Yeah.
I will look into it.
Yeah, the commissioner of the league will
Yes.
investigate this new rule.
Because we talked about reviewing Bowser's Fury as well when we beat that as like its own thing. Because it really is its own thing. So,
That's fair.
It's-
I'll look at the
enough
game
that
and
it
see
should
if it'll count.
so
As like its own review. I don't know if when we'll review it, but
no, exactly. Sorry, we're not announcing any reviews, but like, it's in our hat for the
yeah.
when we got to pull.
I think
something
if we
out
were
of our
going to
ass.
review the Bowser's Fury, it wouldn't be included here.
Yeah.
Standalone.
But
I'm gonna give it an 8 for replayability. I'm not jumping like I was for Breath of the Wilds to replay it, but I'm definitely like gonna replay it to continue on with this.
Why does everyone like plural wilds? Like the game is called Breath of the Wild, but everyone that I talk to is like Breath of the Wilds.
Maybe it breathes a lot. I don't know. There's a lot of wild. There's a lot of wild.
There's a lot of
breaths.
wilds in that game.
Yeah.
I've seen.
they're talking about the different biomes and whatnot. Obviously,
Yeah. Duh. What about you, A4? What's your replayability score for this bad boy?
so I mean, you get a wealth of post-game worlds, which is where like the real actual challenge starts coming in for this game. You have the whole multiplayer aspect, so if you want to go back in and play through the game again with friends, because this one also has online now, so that option it gives you a reason to go back and replay levels with friends to see who gets the highest score, just to hang out and have fun. And I mean,
Yeah.
besides the whole completionist aspect where there's green stars in every level and
Stamps.
every level also has a hidden stamp, which was a holdover from when the game was on Wii U and you could post stuff to Miiverse. Now they just use
God.
the stamps for the new photo mode they threw in, but like it's still another thing to go in and collect. So.
Extra characters, because I know Rosalina's one, but there's another one or two you can grab with her.
Yeah, I don't know what they are. I just
So-
know Rosalina because she's like one of the first you get post game. But I would give it a 9 for replayability. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of good reasons to go back in here and play this again after the credits roll,
Yeah.
and it's just solid.
All right. Very good. What do you guys recommend? Like, is it full price still? Like, what is it?
It is $60.
Of course.
But what we've talked about is Mario games don't go down. I mean, Nintendo games don't go down.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
they kind of got you by the balls on that one. Paying $60 for this game that I already own like more than half a decade ago kind of stings, but it's also like I know it was already a good game, so I'm like, all right, this is like it's worth the $60 if you've never played it. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
I would
it's a shame
say
that Nintendo gets away with this, but
Right.
like as it stands, it's still worth $60.
I-
It was worth $60 in 2013. It still is now.
honestly, if you break it up, you're getting two games for 60. It's basically $30 a piece. Because
Yeah,
again,
especially
Bowser's
now they
Fury
added
is
the
really
new
its own
Bowser's
thing,
Fury
and it's
thing.
rad. So I would say it's worth the 60.
Yeah.
I would say buy it. If you want to play it, buy it. I mean, Mario, you know what you're getting with Mario. You know you like it. If you're going to buy it.
Especially if you're like a parent and you want to play a game with your kid, the multiplayer aspect too.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with how like easy the earlier levels are, they're very kid friendly. It's definitely like a no brainer.
Oh, and something actually we didn't talk about. If you keep dying in the level, at the beginning of like the start of it, again, it'll give you this little square, and if you hit it, you get like the Tanuki costume with the leaf, but you're immune to like all enemies. So you're
Yeah,
playing
you
with
can,
your
like, fly
kiddos,
forever.
and like they keep dying. They'll eventually be able to, like you'll die if you fall or like touch lava or whatever, but none of the enemies will kill you. So it takes off that edge. So if you're playing with your kids, I mean.
Plus,
Yeah,
if
there
you're,
you go.
you're playing
Some,
with
you
a
know.
kid, you can pick up their character and just carry them through a hard part, or they can go like when they die, they go into a bubble that they have to break to get out again. So they can just kind of like float in the bubble while you actually play through the stage.
Is the baby
and get
crying
through the
while
hard
floating
part,
around in the
like,
bubble?
for them.
It's just like so, yeah, man. I mean, like it is a good family game you can play, and that's something like that. It seems like Mario's trying to do more with like new, like now like stuff now.
Yeah.
It is geared towards family, and that's great. Do it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah,
it can
so-
still be fun. I mean,
Yeah, no, 100%. So if you're like you like playing Lego games with your kid,
yeah.
and it's same concept. So like, yeah, man, you're looking for a game for your kids, definitely pick 3D Mario up. Have fun.
All right, sounds good. Any final thoughts? You guys good?
I think we're good, man. I am anyway.
It's nice that they basically ported every single Wii U game that mattered to the Switch.
Except for
the only
Twilight
two
Princess.
standouts at this point are Xenoblade Chronicles X and Star Fox Zero, and the control scheme of Star Fox Zero kind of makes porting that one to Switch impossible.
Yeah.
Plus, a lot of people didn't seem to like that, so whatever.
I'm still waiting for Twilight Princess.
All right, so to recap the scores: story, A4 gave it a 3, Zach gave it a 7. Gameplay, A4 gave it a 9, Zach gave it a 7. Graphics and design, 8 for A4, 9 for Zach. Sound and music, 8 for A4, 10 for Zach. Replayability, 9 for A4, and an 8 for Zach. For a total of 37 out of 50 for me for Extreme, and 41 out of 50 for Zach. A combined score of 78 out of 100. The Metacritic score for the Nintendo Switch version of this game is 89 out of 100.
Oh.
So, reviewer still sucked its little Mario dick, as usual.
No, I mean, the
He's
only reason
Italian,
our
it's not
scores were
little.
so low was just because of mine personally was just low because of the story not really being a factor, and just the format of how this show reviews games.
Yeah,
if the story
versus-
wasn't a factor, this game would have gotten a way higher score.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really solid. It's the most solid Mario game you can pick up, I think, for just like casual play. It's very safe. It's very Mario. I don't know, it's like trying to describe the color red. You know what the fuck red looks like. It's like, hey, it's a Mario game. You know what this game looks like. It doesn't do anything insanely crazy or out there, but it's still good. So
What is the Mario game that most people think is the best? Is it the one on Wii?
I think currently a lot of people would say Odyssey, just because it's a real return to form where we had Mario 64 and Mario Sunshine, which were big open type games where you get in a big level that's just a big sandbox and you kind of just go around and collect stars or whatever the collectible of that game is at your own leisure in a non-linear fashion. But then we got New Super Mario Brothers and then this Mario 3D stuff where it's very linear, level-based. Odyssey came back in and really brought back that whole, here's a big world, go in there and just find whatever, in whatever order you want, go find all these moons and shit. And on top of that, it's just it's got some really out there level designs that blow everything that this safe Mario stuff has been doing for the past decade and a half completely out of the fucking water. There's just a level in Mario Odyssey that might as well just be New York City with realistically proportioned humans. So Mario is as tall as their dick, and they're just walking around, and you just have this stubby little cartoon Italian man running around Times Square basically. Odyssey's probably the one, if I'm being honest.
Which one's Odyssey? Is that the Switch one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's really good. It's excellent.
I haven't played Odyssey yet,
that's
but
why I said
go with
the 3D World is probably the best casual Mario game that you could pick up because you just hop in a few levels, jump around, collect coins, collect stars, all that jazz. But Mario Odyssey, if you really want to dig deep and get all the stuff to do in that game, there's a lot of stuff to do in Mario Odyssey. I think there's 900 something moons in that game. It's fucking nuts.
Nice.
And some of the challenges in that game get really hard down the line. So, I mean, it could be good for casual people. I think they even have, a casual mode in Mario Odyssey that, makes it easier, along with, a two-player mode. So, if you're a parent, you can help your kid by, freezing enemies with the motion controls and stuff. But that's I'm doing a bad job of making the distinction between, how 3D World is a good game just to pick up and play. Odyssey is a good game you can really like. It's probably objectively the best Mario game ever made. But it also kind of just depends on what you're looking for gameplay wise.
Yeah. You were going to say something,
Yeah.
Jake?
yeah, no worries. I haven't played Odyssey yet, but I would go with Galaxy 2.
Is that the
Galaxy
one?
2 is also really, really good.
Yeah, out of all the Mario games I've played, Galaxy 2 is pretty much flawless, except for a repeat boss fights that happen with Bowser 3 times throughout the game. The way you have to kill him is the exact
I am
same
fucking
twice.
shocked. I am so shocked.
But they've been doing it for the longest time. I mean, look at any Super Mario Brothers game, even back on Nintendo with 1 and 3. Like,
Yeah, they've been doing it for 35
So-
fucking years. I expect to fight Bowser more than once.
I'd like to
Anyway,
fight Bowser
so,
more than once, but
other
I
than
want a
that,
good boss
I-
fight, god damn it.
give Galaxy 2 a 10 out of 10 every category. It's a perfect game.
There you
Galaxy
go.
2 is really, really good.
Well, you heard it from us, guys. This game's worth your time. Go pick it up. 78 out of 100. Just remember, A4 is a fucker. It's the only reason why it's that low. But it sounds like a pretty good game. That's exciting. Yet another game to pick up on your Nintendo Switch. So
If
go
they're
do
going to
it.
port the Wii U games and you didn't have one, they're worth picking up. Most of the ones they chose to port anyway are worth picking up.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They want that legacy to be preserved on a console that's actually good.
Don't let the fact that the console was kind of flawed from the start deter you from the fact that these games are actually well made.
Yeah. Well, shit. I think that's it for our review of Super Mario 3D World, the Switch port.
That title's also kind of a fucking mouthful, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, and it certainly is. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out for this episode of Nude Clan. Please consider supporting us on Patreon. Give us your fucking money. We will give you content, obviously.
Hells yeah. Remember, we have merch at TeePublic.
Yeah.
Rep your Nude Clan shirts.
Yeah, get it.
Remember to do your Nude Clan Hog League Hogib for Jake. He thrives
Something
on
to
these
do.
numbers, folks.
Yep, I'm a statistician.
Jake
He's a
can't count
statistician.
unless he sees
He
numbers
needs
going
these. He needs them. He needs them. We enjoy. Thank you for doing them and taking the time to do that out of your week.
Oh, yes.
For real. It does help us out every time we do it in the month. As well, don't forget to toss a coin to your podcaster. Oh, listeners aplenty. We need it. We're poor.
Yeah, you can do that through the Patreon, the PayPal. You can sub to us on Twitch, where we're becoming more and more active as time goes on.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of streaming lately, so come hang out with us there. Tonight, I want to get on and do some Phasmophobia.
Faz Nights.
Fast. And
We can
we've
make that
talked about
happen, for
Valheim as well. We've talked about getting on as well.
Yeah.
Again, it comes down to schedules. It sucks. Being an adult sucks. It's not like when we were kids and we just could do shit.
Yeah.
Shit, anything else? Oh, questions.
And don't forget to check out the YouTube channel. We got Let's Plays
Yes.
going up.
Yes.
I don't know. By the time this episode comes out, I'll probably be done uploading Scott Pilgrim or close to it, and
Alright.
I'll probably start uploading some of the Jackbox stuff. If not, also
We have
like one or two
Phas too. That's
episodes
going
of
to be
Phasmophobia.
eventually. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's one more thing. Questions. Joe does give us a lot of questions, and we thank him for that. But also, we want to hear
Can't just
from
be Joe.
We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you.
We
Yeah.
need voice messages.
So as everyone knows, and I found out, I guess because I didn't pay attention yesterday. Every fourth episode we do, so the last one of the month usually will be After Dark. So that's questions. That's random. That's a random episode. That's where we get to like riff. We get to rage. We get to whatever.
That's where the booze starts.
That's
flowing.
where the booze starts flowing.
Yeah.
And questions. We want to answer your questions, no matter how stupid they are, or funny, or
Marry,
dirty.
fuck, kill every single time.
That was a 4.
That was Cameron's favorite subject.
Exactly. Like, and if
To
it
set
makes
the
us,
precedent, last month we had to decide whether we'd fuck the yellow M&M with a vagina or the green M&M with a penis. So like, basically
Peak.
nothing's off the table, depending. But yeah,
it's true. Really, nothing is off the table. Yeah, dude. If you have a funny question, you think it'd be funny to watch us answer, or if you're genuinely curious about my grade level in high school that I graduated at, so I can't fucking talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're curious about like stuff like what's our, do we have a favorite game of 2020 yet? Even
if
though
you're
we know
genuinely
A4s.
curious about the actual circumference of the areola of that woman who flashed Joe.
Yeah, we will get our statistician.
Or an actual top 50 porn star list.
Oh, God.
Top 50? Jesus.
They have that tier maker website where you can make tier lists. I'm thinking we might want to do some of those for fucking for the YouTube channel, because like me and Zach
That's-
and a few other guys were in we were doing a tier maker thing for fast food and like restaurants, and we got into like screaming level conversations.
Yeah, dude. Because this son of a fuck put Arby's at like an A tier level for
It
food.
belongs in A tier.
It does
You got
not!
mad because I ranked Burger King over McDonald's.
Oh, I didn't. The other guy got mad. They're both trash.
Wait, you ranked Burger King over McDonald's?
Yeah,
April?
dude. He likes
fucking
burnt
fight
chicken
me.
sandwiches and shit fries.
McDonald's is.
McDonald's has shit fries too, though. But
No,
Yeah, because
I love their
I only
fries.
get breakfast at McDonald's, dude. Like, that's all I get, man. I get breakfast. And this fuck.
well, they
this
can fuck off the second they stop serving the cheese danishes. So
That's true.
See, this is why we need to do this for the YouTube.
hash
No,
browns
what
have been
pissed
pretty-
me off
hash
is-
browns have been pretty solid.
What pissed me off is that fucker tried to tell me Wendy's was an F tier.
No,
Suck my cock.
Yeah, that's
Wendy's is A to S always.
I mean, service-wise, they're probably F tier.
Yeah, yeah, but
get the fucking order right.
but their
Food-wise?
but their Baconator, fucking
Love a
amazing.
Baconator.
Yeah.
Love a Baconator. Love it.
They got good keto options, too.
Yeah,
They
well,
just-
I'm not a pussy.
Yeah. They just
So-
put, well, it's not really a good option. All they do is put a fucking,
Is keto ever a good option?
yeah, it's great. Meat, cheese,
Yeah,
eggs.
fuck that shit.
Hell yeah.
See, so like I dated a girl that couldn't have gluten for a long time, and so like yeah, they'd have to like get
Did
like
you just layer your dick in bread?
yeah. No, I
Yeah,
wanted to get
I almost asked if you layered your bread in
allergic.
dick.
Do you layer your bread and dick?
No, he wrapped his dick in a tortilla.
Do you put dick in your bread?
I certainly do.
You should call the Quiznos or something and ask how much dick per inch of bread.
How-
Do you
Play
have?
a game. You aren't able to eat gluten, but you want to suck Zach's dick. I have Zach's dicks wrapped in a burrito.
yeah.
You have 5 minutes.
So like,
Inside of
A
Zach.
bunch of bread falls on you from
So, I
from
guess-
the ceiling.
Jesus fuck. I guess story real quick with that chick.
The key's also up his
So
ass.
I brushed at the G spot. So I brushed my teeth before she came over because like I wanted to like
Suck his dick.
you know do shit. And so I
You wanted to suck her dick?
yeah, I wanted to suck her dick, so I brushed my teeth. And
That's a good call.
thanks. Apparently, some toothpaste has like gluten in it because we were like making out and it like
What?
fucked her over, man.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad.
Broke out in like fucking hives.
No, like so she got like severe like abdominal pain that would like double her over. So like she was like driving home and it like fucked her up bad.
Wow.
Yeah, she had to have someone like I had to go pick her up and take her to her house.
Man, and you didn't even suck her dick, did you?
I know, I didn't even get to the dick yet.
Can you imagine if you sucked your dick with that toothpaste?
Bro, it wasn't a dick, it was an oversized
Do
clit.
you suck
All
your
right.
Do you suck your mom's dick with that toothpaste?
No, but I sucked your mom's dick with that toothpaste.
Dude, that's crazy. I didn't know there was gluten in toothpaste.
I guess, yeah, weird shit, huh?
Yeah, like what the fuck? They're just like, we need something.
There's some
just
wheat.
throw some bread
We
in.
need wheat in here.
Yeah, like they just dropped off. It's a shipment of wheat, sir.
'Cause,
What do
like-
we do? Just put it in. Fuck it. Who cares?
Because like that was a question she asked. She's like, "Have you eaten like gluten at all?" I'm like, "No." Like no. I was like, I ate with you, and like I didn't get bread because I wanted to get lucky.
Yeah.
So like no. And she's like, "Did you brush your teeth?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah."
Did you?
Fuck when I want to brush my teeth.
No, it's weird
Did you,
shit.
did you eat some yeasty pussy before we started making out? Like, well, of course.
yeast-
Yeasty
is
pussy.
rising.
It doesn't have gluten in it.
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
I love her yeasty pussy.
Yeah.
You were adopted into the yeast. I was born into it. Molded by it. I didn't see a normal pussy until I was already a man. By then,
The yeast was rising and rising.
by then it was rising. I wondered what would break first, bad man, your body or your hymen.
Dude, I thought about doing homebrew, like beer, and then like taking yeast and like putting it in there, like straight up body yeast, because it's all the same.
What is wrong with you?
I call this one the Alexandria. You're like mid drink, like what?
I taste hints of maple syrup.
Yes.
Yeah, I taste hints of
Maple has
you.
returned.
Yeah. Tastes kind of like what I think Schweitzer tastes like. Is anybody else's mouth like balmy right now? Balmy and mapley, like. Yeah.
It's like sadness and Conan Exile.
Things that make you go, "Ugh."
Yeah. Things that make you burn in the night.
Wake you up in the middle of the night with cold sweat.
Yeah.
Twice as yeast.
Oh my god.
This beer tastes like Seattle's best coffee and sausage.
Big Buy.
Yeah, Big Buy bacon. Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
I still need to.
So horrible.
I still need to craft my breakfast blend piss. See if the Seattle's best and the Big Buy just creates like this breakfast aroma.
Dude, don't even put it in the toilet. Bottle that shit up.
Yeah,
It's an IPA. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I just want the guy next to me at work to be like, "Somebody making breakfast in here?" Yeah, that's me. Just firing up the old stove.
Smells like a Burger King breakfast.
Yeah. Dude, I bet it will. Because both of those things keep their form like a 100%. Although I don't like either of them, to be honest. I don't like Seattle's Best or Big Buy. Definitely not Big Buy. Good God. Fuck. Speaking of that, check out those episodes. They're a lot of fun. Guys,
Just Command F Seattle's Best on the Nude Clan Libsyn. You'll find it eventually, probably.
It's there. That's what the name of the thing is. Yeah, it's Seattle's Best Bacon, or it's a pot of Seattle's Best and a like a rasher of Big Buy bacon, I think is the name of it, or something like that. Yeah, very, very
Great
precise.
title.
There was some, man, the After Dark has some of the best titles we've ever done. Those episodes.
Stalactite.
Yeah. Or like the 100% cocoa, dark cocoa nibs. Like, that one is like hilariously long. It's just ridiculous. And it's exactly what the name of that fucking product
You know what?
was.
We're going to have to... Yeah, we need to get the creative with the names. So I told you me and A4 wanted this episode to be called Craig's Green Star Brouhaha.
Yeah. We'll do something like that.
Makes me happy.
But I think that's going to be it for us this week, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Give us your support. Give us your love. You know where. And we will see you next time. Until then, though.
It's me, the same fucking boss fights all the way through the game.
Walk with your cock held high.
Peach cake.
Live always in the nude.
No!